Hello traders, this is a video about DAX and I will cover in this video recap for Friday, October the 12th, what was the opportunities on Friday, and I will also cover the possible scenarios for the next week. So this in front of us is the chart that I posted on the Friday in the morning before the open with main resistance and support areas. Note once again that these thicker lines represents the areas, zones from the bigger time frames, and that the zones that I will use to trade with my limit resting orders already there in the book. And these thinner zones I will use as targets or as points for entries, but I will decide that in the real time. So this was the main resistance area around 700, and this was the main support area up around 400. Let's go to charts now. Alright, this is 5-minute chart, and in pre-market there was some good moves to the upside, which led to that the market opened at 9 a.m. opened right at the main resistance area. Now this is a gift from trading gods to you, because market is clearly bearish and you can see that on every bigger time frame chart. And now it opens at the main resistance area for the day. You should be there. Your order should already be there as soon as you see this move. Your expectancy should be that this zone will hold, at least for some reaction. Now these kind of zones doesn't, get broken easily. There is going to be some fight. Good zones are rarely broken at first try. You know that the price will just go whoosh through that zone. It will provide you at least a reaction. It's a big possibility that you get at least a reaction. So the best way to catch these trades is to be here with your stop above invalidation point, and in this case the stop should be at least above this gap from October 10th. And as you can see, the price in pre-market, this is 8:45 a.m. was near the gap. Now the gap, it doesn't count if the gap is filled in pre-market. It has to be filled in regular trading hours. And now the market is open and tested the zone again. I had some difficulties with my internet, so I wasn't able to be there on time, but I entered the trade around 709, I think 915 or something. I posted that trade online. So and then what happens? This is the best opportunity, to short the market that is already weak. It opens right at the main resistance area, and now it moves down. In front of this minor zone, it starts to balance and to make a bear flag. You can see that maybe better on the 1-minute chart. Okay, so now it makes bear flag right above this zone. Now you can see that kind of price action when market stops right near some zone and then does just chop. Now this chop is a bear flag. So if you see this and you are in a kind of market that can make 300 points, you must think like this. Okay, now market is dropping from the main resistance area. Could this be the top of the day? And if it is top of the day, why would I buy this here? And the market is chopping and making a bear flag in front of my zone. Now what happens? Market is going down through this zone and then makes a pullback right to that minor zone. Now you can think about shorting it from here. And also, if you draw Fibonacci retracement to this first swing low, you can see that this is right about the first important Fibonacci level, 38.2. Then this test is around halfback. This test is also halfback. So we got these 3 additional chances to short the market. The market was trading inside this range for many hours, for 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Almost 6 hours we got this chop. And if you if you are short at this zone, at the top of this range, with your stop above it and holding, now price finally breaks out of this trading range near to the second minor zone and also cash close. And what does it do next? It also chops around, hugging this support, making a small bear flag. So this isn't really a good place to go long again. Now this is the conclusion that you make in real time, knowing that these thinner zones are there for either a target or as a place to initiate your trade, but that must be decided in real times. While these zones, these are bigger zones from a larger time frames, are zones that I use to fade, and I have expectancy from them that they are going to hold. In after our session, market finally comes at almost 7 p.m. near this main support area, and that was maybe time to go long here, but as anything, it was a time for you to close your short. When I'm trading these bigger zones, I will front run the zone either for the entry, and I will surely front run the zone for taking profits. So I would place my closing order like this, somewhere above this zone, because these ranges are very big. These ranges and trading range here is quite big, for one day for market to make 300 points, and it can stop, like 20-30 points above the zone. So my closing order will be there. I finished on Friday trading much earlier than that, but if I was to trade this, I will place higher above the zone my closing order. So that was the opportunities, short here, and in real time you decide, do you want to use these zones as a place to enter, or as places to partially or fully close your orders. Now back to the higher time frame charts. This here, what is happening now in this 300 point range, is similar. We can expect some similar movement like in this zone. That was also a 300 point zone here, trading range. As you can see how the price get out of this trading range. It was testing support once, resistance, support, resistance, support, so multiple tests, and at the end it made a higher low, broke above, tested it once, make a higher high, tested it again at the top of this trading range, and then move higher, make it another higher high. So the same can happen here, either to the upside or failure to the downside. If it goes, make note that if it does go above, there are plenty of zones. Use the Fibonacci retracement. There are plenty of zones that you can use again for shorts, because this is a series of lower highs. And I will pay more attention to shorts than to try to catch some longs. If we get a move, even if we get a move to the 1250, it would still be only a fib retracement from this swing high. On a daily chart, again, fast zone, 600 point hold. This all trading here was less than 2 weeks. And finally, look at the index chart, when we can see each candle only as RTH session, that the bottom of our trading range that we use on smaller time frames as the main support area was never tested during the RTH session. Test here, it was 8:45 p.m. Test here, it was 6:50 p.m. That, and you can see clearly here, this is only RTH session, that the bottom of our trading range was never tested during the RTH session. So that could mean that the down auction isn't finished, but that doesn't mean that we cannot see some pullback, even a large pullback. We could see some large pullback to the upside, and then we can still have again lower high and continuation to the downside. So for now, I'm favoring this scenario, and I will also say to you that in the next week there could be some spikes. We have FOMC meeting minutes on Wednesday. We have EU Economics Summit all day on Thursday, and on Monday I will post an updated chart with the zones and comments before the open as usual, and take note of the any possible bigger movements in Asian session. So be prepared. Is there any change in the general tone of the narrative of the markets? Are there any bigger movements, meaning at least 1.5% or 2% to the upside or to the downside? So that is all for me for this video. This main resistance and main support areas will be the same on Monday. And I wish you all a good weekend, to be rested for Monday, and let's make some money next week.